What's going on, guys? Bright Simply Sports here. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my 2019 NFL season predictions. Now, these predictions are coming before the 2019 NFL drafts, so if y'all say, oh, this team's going to do better because they drafted this player, well, this is before the NFL draft, so just keep that in mind. So, first we're starting off with the AFC North. Now, in the AFC North, I have the Cleveland Browns winning the division. So I know what y'all thinking, Cleveland, what? They're probably going to be good, but are they going to win it? Yeah, well, you can really flip a coin between the Cleveland Browns and Baltimore Ravens, in my opinion. I think one of the two teams is going to win the division, and the other one might sneak into a playoff spot, but don't count on it. So why do I have the Cleveland Browns in first? Well, the Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield, the quarterback, was on fire last season. He did really well at the end of the season. And I just really think he's just going to elevate that. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. So just watch out for the Cleveland Browns. And they got Odell Beckham. So number 2, we got the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens, I don't really know what to think. I feel like they're a very wild card team. And when I mean wild card, I don't mean like they're actually going to make it to the wild card. I think they're just like wild. You don't know what's going to happen. But I can easily see them winning the division. Lamar Jackson, I feel like he's going to have a pretty good season next year, but it depends on if teams figure him out. Oh, he's a mobile quarterback, and we can figure out how to stop him with certain packages and stuff like that on defense. Then maybe they won't be as good as people think. But yeah, they got good addition to their team with Mark Ingram at their running back position, which they can improve at. They also lost Eric Weddle on defense, so that's a pretty big loss. I think he went to the Los Angeles Rams, but I think so. Don't count me on that. But anyway, let's move on. So number 3, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, Pittsburgh Steelers. I feel like the reason why they did so bad last season was because all the drama between Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger. There was a lot of drama. Well, now Antonio Brown's gone. He's with Oakland. So either they're going to improve because there's no more drama on the team, or they're going to do worse because they lost their best receiver. I mean, Juju's pretty good too, though. So I don't really see anything with Pittsburgh this year. I feel like I don't know. I'm not really a huge fan. I feel like Ben's really getting old, and I wouldn't be surprised if he retires in the next 3 years, give or take. I don't know. I just don't see the Steelers winning it. I think either Cleveland or Baltimore is going to win it. You can flip a coin, pick one of them, they'll win the division. That's what I think. But only division. I don't think they're going to really make the wild card. So, moving on. Number 4, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. Don't expect anything from them this year. So, move on with that. Next, we got the AFC South. So, number 1, I have the Indianapolis Colts. And I have a feeling that Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts, I was really impressed with them. I did not think they were going to do as good as they did last year. I thought they were going to be, pretty mediocre because that's what they were doing the last season. But Andrew Luck stepped up his game, and he's a top 5 quarterback in the league, whether you like it or not. He is, in my opinion. I think he's a top 5 quarterback in the league. His stats show it. But got some good additions to this team. I think that it would really just depends on the Houston Texans. I feel like the Houston Texans are going to be pretty good this year too. Indianapolis, I definitely think they're going to make the playoffs, so count them in the hunt. Number 2, I have the Houston Texans, and the Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson, great quarterback, great team. They got some good players, DeAndre Hopkins. They lost Demaryius Thomas. He's now with New England, so I think the reason why I don't have the Houston Texans in first is because I feel like they're going to have, since they won the division last year, they're going to have a pretty tough schedule, one of the toughest in the league. So I feel like Indianapolis is really going to step it up this year. Like, Indianapolis can win 12, 13 wins this season. So Houston, definitely think they're going to make the playoffs, either as a wild card or winning the division. I definitely think Indianapolis and Texans are making the playoffs. So, number 3, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, we all know they got Nick Foles, and last year was a disaster for the Jaguars. But I just really think that they're going to do better than they did last year. I feel like I just have a good feeling with this team. I feel like they're going to be like, "Hey, what the heck happened this year? We cannot let that happen again. Let's improve. Let's work our asses off this offseason and just move forward." I think Nick Foles, I think he's a great quarterback. I don't know if it's just the system that he had in Philadelphia, but I have a feeling he's going to be a pretty good quarterback. Now, they're not making the Super Bowl or winning it or anything, but I don't know. I really see them as like 8-8, 9-7, but just missing the playoffs. I feel like give it a year, kind of see how this year goes, and then you can kind of like make your thought on this team and see if they're contenders or not. Or Nick Foles can just like flop. He could just flop like he did when he was with the Rams. So anyway, number 4, we got the Tennessee Titans. Now, Tennessee Titans, I don't think Marcus Mariota is that good. I just don't. I feel like it's a do or die season for him. If he does not do good this season, they might move on from him. I mean, there's so many quarterbacks at this disposal. He's just not producing. Now, the running backs are producing. Derrick Henry's producing. So, I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith. I don't have a lot of faith with the Tennessee Titans this year. They have a pretty good receiving course with Corey Davis and some other good key players, but I'm just not seeing it with the Titans. Now, I think Titans, they can win like 7 games, maybe 6 games. I don't really know. But yeah, I feel like they're a very mediocre team. Anyway, so let's move on. AFC East now. Number 1, New England Patriots. Do I really even have to explain it? Like, the year to beat the New England Patriots was last season. The Patriots are only getting better. I think they're clear favorite for Super Bowl champions. Now, that doesn't mean I have set in stone that I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I definitely think that they are contenders, obviously. But New England's making the playoffs. I don't think I even have to explain myself on that one. But number 2, I have the New York Jets. I think the New York Jets, other than their ugly uniforms, I think that they're going to be pretty good this year. Pretty decent, pretty mediocre. Like an 8-8 team, give or take. I think Sam Darnold he's coming off his injury, so you have to watch him on that. I think he's going to do really good. I think he's going to improve. And if he shows that he improves, they can maybe sneak in a wild card spot, but I wouldn't count on it. So number 3, I got the Buffalo Bills. And just like there's nothing special about their team. I'm not a huge fan of Josh Allen. I actually thought he was the worst out of the 2018 class. I just wasn't a fan of him that much, but he did prove to be decent. And well, it's just my opinion. I don't know. But so number 4, we have the Miami Dolphins. Now, Miami Dolphins, I think they're going to be the worst team in the league this year. I think that they're tanking for Tua. I feel like they should tank for Tua. I mean, if your starting quarterback is Ryan Fitzpatrick, which he's all right. He has some Fitz magic, you know that. He was sweet with Tampa Bay. He's better than Jameis Winston, that's for sure. But I just don't think Miami, I feel like they're going to tank. I feel like they are going to tank. They want Tua, or not. If not Tua, Jake Fromm, Justin Herbert. There's such a good class of quarterbacks coming into next year's draft. They're just really good. And I just don't feel like Miami is that motivated this year. Like, who do they have on their team? Like, I don't even know any of the players on that team. Like, I looked at their roster earlier today and just yikes. AFC West. Now, AFC West, number 1, I have the Los Angeles Chargers, and a lot of people be like, What are you not doing having the Chiefs at first? You have the Chiefs in second? Slow down. Chiefs are making the playoffs, and so are the Chargers. The Chargers, I just feel like it's really a do-or-die season with the Chargers, and I feel like they were just disappointed from just how last season just ended, that I feel like they're just going to be really motivated, and they're gonna win this division. They are a talented team. They got a lot of talent on that team. I feel like this is Phillip Rivers' last year, so like we're like, come on, guys, like he's getting at the end of his career, so they're going to be motivated to try to win a Super Bowl or at least get to the Super Bowl. But Number 2, I have the Kansas City Chiefs, and the reason why I have the Kansas City Chiefs in second is because I feel like with all the hype last year with Patrick Mahomes, oh, he's so good, I feel like the problem with them is coaches are going to figure it out, like every year, like they did with Dak, like they did with numerous quarterbacks. They're going to look at him and say, oh, well, he's this good, he's that good, so we got to find out, defenses got to figure out his weaknesses and stop him. So I don't think they're going to be as good as they were last year. Definitely are still making the playoffs. And, I just think that I feel like teams are just going to figure them out. And number 3, I have the Oakland Raiders. Now, Oakland Raiders making a lot of good offseason decisions. Now, this could be the one where you could say, oh, it's kind of hard to say pre-draft how they're going to be because you don't know what they're going to do, who they're going to draft. They could really be anywhere from, they could maybe win the division, but I don't know. I just don't think, I feel like the Chargers and Chiefs are better, but the Raiders are making moves. They are making moves, and if this season doesn't work out, I don't know what to think of Oakland. But they're making moves. They got Antonio Brown. I feel like next year would be a better year. I feel like they would be really good next year, but when they're in Las Vegas, but you never know. So, number 4 is the Denver Broncos. I just feel like they're going to be at the bottom of the division because their division is so strong with the Chargers and Chiefs and possibly the Raiders. Denver doesn't have a quarterback. They have Joe Flacco. I mean, they might pick up someone from this rookie class, but I don't think, other than Kyler Murray, I don't think any of the quarterbacks are good enough to start to be successful. I feel like Kyler is the only one. Maybe Will Greer. Okay, so that's it for today's video on my NFL predictions for the AFC teams. Next video will be with the NFC teams. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this around with your friends. It's a good podcast, new to YouTube, and I'll catch you guys next time.